Karen lived next door to a friendly homeowner who loved dogs. He proudly displayed a welcome mat that read, "Hope you like dogs." It was a bit sarcastic, but it perfectly matched his sense of humor and love for his furry friends. Every visitor was greeted with a light-hearted message, and most people chuckled at the playful tone. But Karen saw things differently. She considered herself a dog person, in theory, but couldn't appreciate the constant barking or the muddy paw prints that sometimes found their way onto her porch. When she walked by the welcome mat one day, she stopped and frowned. To her, it felt intimidating, as if the message was a challenge. Why would anyone need to announce their affection for dogs so boldly? Her irritation grew until she couldn't stay silent any longer. She marched over to the homeowner's door and knocked firmly. When he opened it, she told him that the mat was unwelcoming and made her feel uneasy. The homeowner, surprised at her strong reaction, smiled and listened patiently. Instead of removing the mat as Karen demanded, he decided to take her complaint to heart, in a humorous way. With a mischievous spark in his eye, he hatched a plan. Each day, he would swap out the welcome mat for a new one, each more cleverly passive-aggressive than the last. He found great joy in imagining Karen's reactions as she walked past her front door. Little did they know, this quirky neighborhood feud would soon capture the attention of more than just Karen and the homeowner. It was the start of something viral, destined to take social media by storm with the ongoing countdown of doormats. The homeowner stood at his door, still processing Karen's unexpected complaint. Instead of feeling frustrated, he found himself chuckling. After all, he had always valued humor and lightheartedness, especially when it came to his welcome mat. He thought about how he could turn this awkward situation into something fun for both himself and his neighbors. With a spark of creativity, he decided to embrace the challenge. If she thinks that mat is intimidating, he whispered to himself with a grin, wait until she sees what I come up with next. He hurried inside, excitedly brainstorming different messages that would keep the playful spirit alive while poking fun at Karen's reaction. The next morning, he unveiled the first new mat, "No Karens allowed." He couldn't help but laugh out loud as he set it down, picturing Karen's face when she saw it. As he filmed a TikTok video to document this new chapter, his excitement grew. He playfully described how he was now in a mat war and invited viewers to join in on the fun. As soon as he posted it online, the responses poured in. Friends and strangers alike found his antics hilarious and began sharing the video. The countdown to each new mat turned into a spectacle of creativity. Each day brought fresh ideas. "Beware of dog," "Welcome-ish," and even "Come back with a warrant" were among the favorites that followed. With every new arrival, Karen's curiosity transformed into frustration, but the homeowner thrived on the laughter and attention his mats generated. This light-hearted response not only uplifted his spirits but also connected him with a growing audience online. Little did they know that this fun exchange would soon turn into an epic saga enjoyed by many. The sun rose on day one of the homeowner's new mat countdown, and he could hardly contain his excitement. He set up his phone on a tripod, positioned perfectly to capture the moment as he revealed the first mat to his viewers. With a grin stretching from ear to ear, he filmed himself dramatically unveiling that "No Karens allowed" mat. His voice was filled with enthusiasm as he explained the backstory behind it, emphasizing how he wanted to keep things light and fun. As he shared the video on TikTok, he added a catchy caption, "Welcome to day one of the mat countdown. Let the games begin." Almost immediately, comments began flooding in. Friends and strangers alike found the idea hilarious. One viewer wrote, "This is pure gold," while another chimed in with laughter emojis and suggested more mat ideas. The homeowner felt a rush of joy as he realized his playful act was resonating with so many people. Throughout the day, he kept glancing out the window, eager to see Karen's reaction. Would she laugh it off or get even more annoyed? As expected, Karen walked by later that afternoon, her expression shifting from confusion to frustration as she read the words on the mat. The homeowner felt a mixture of satisfaction and anticipation at her visible discomfort. As night fell, he checked his TikTok again, thrilled to see that the video had gone viral. The likes and shares kept multiplying, and new followers were pouring in. Energized by this success, he began brainstorming ideas for the next day's mat, ready to keep the countdown going strong. Little did he know that this playful start would ignite a neighborhood saga that everyone would soon talk about. With the excitement of day one still buzzing in the air, the homeowner woke up the next morning eager to continue his mat countdown. He opened his TikTok app to double-check the views and was thrilled to see that his "No Karens Allowed" video had reached thousands of views overnight. Comments poured in from all over, with users sharing their love for the mat and suggesting even more creative ideas for future mats. One follower joked, "You should make one that says, 'Do not disturb,' for extra fun." Feeling inspired by the enthusiasm, he decided to keep the momentum going strong. On day 2, he unveiled a new mat that read, "Beware of Dog," complete with a playful picture of a cartoon dog's face. As he filmed his reaction and explanation, he could hardly contain his laughter. His narration was filled with witty remarks, and he added a playful warning about his dangerous pup who loved to greet newcomers. As soon as he posted the video, it started gaining traction again. This time, people got even more creative, suggesting variations in the comments and sharing their own experiences with quirky welcome mats. His neighbor's discomfort became the focal point of an ongoing joke that spanned across social media. Meanwhile, Karen remained oblivious to the growing online fame as she stayed inside her house, trying her best to ignore the continual changes taking place at her neighbor's door. However, as more viewers tuned into the saga, hashtags like #MatWar began trending, drawing attention from TikTok households everywhere. The homeowner was amazed at how quickly his light-hearted approach turned into a viral sensation. With each new mat unveiling, anticipation grew not just for viewers but for Karen too. Would she confront him again or let it all slide? Only time would tell as the countdown continued. As the sun illuminated the second day of his mat countdown, the homeowner felt invigorated by the success of his first video. He woke up with new ideas flowing through his mind and was eager to engage his audience once again. Today, he revealed a new mat that boldly proclaimed, "Beware of Dog," adding a cartoon image of an adorable pup with a cheeky grin below the message. It perfectly balanced humor and a touch of mischief. "Let's see how Karen handles this one," he chuckled as he set up his camera to record another TikTok video. He took a moment to build anticipation, dramatically unveiling the mat while detailing how his dangerous dog was more likely to offer cuddles than bites. His playful delivery made viewers laugh and energized him even more. After posting the video, he watched in delight as it quickly gained traction, with likes and comments flooding in within moments. Viewers reacted with excitement and creativity, suggesting future mat ideas like "Wag more, bark less," and "Caution, dog crossing." The homeowner was thrilled to see such engaged participation. It made him feel connected to people from all over. Meanwhile, curiosity was brewing in the neighborhood. Karen eventually ventured outside that afternoon and walked past his door, her eyes trailing toward the new mat. At first, she seemed perplexed. However, as she read the message, her face twisted into an expression of annoyance mixed with disbelief. The homeowner couldn't help but stifle a laugh at her reaction. As additional TikTok followers joined in on the fun and began sharing their own welcome mat stories, hashtags like #MatWar soared in popularity. The homeowner realized that this light-hearted rivalry had not only turned into an amusing pastime but also created a growing community united by laughter. Only day 2 in, he sensed that this whimsical battle was just getting started. The homeowner woke up on day 3, excited to see how the community was buzzing about his mat countdown. Encouraged by the overwhelming support from followers, he decided to keep the momentum rolling and unveil another cheeky mat. This time, he chose one that declared, "Welcome-ish," with an eye-catching design that combined bright colors and whimsical lettering. As he filmed his TikTok video, he infused his presentation with humor, cracking jokes about how sometimes visitors could feel caught in a gray area between being welcome or not. Laughing as he described this scenario, he felt connected to his virtual audience more than ever. Soon after posting the video, it exploded with likes and shares, keeping the playful rivalry alive and well. Over the following days, each new mat brought its own unique flair. Day 4 featured, "Come Back with a Warrant," leading to even more laughter as he filmed himself pretending to issue imaginary sassy warrants for Karen's patio visits. On day 5, it was all about, "Can't Bark Here," adorned with pictures of adorable dogs acting cute but sassy at the same time. Karen's reactions remained a constant source of amusement for both the homeowner and his viewers. She would peer out of her window, her brows furrowing each time she saw a new mat. Though she tried to ignore it all, each playful message became like a new chapter in their ongoing story that amused them both. Soon enough, hashtags like #MatWar and #DoormatDrama gained traction beyond TikTok as friends shared videos on other platforms. Local news outlets caught wind of this light-hearted feud too and considered featuring it in their segments. With every passing day, the camaraderie from followers grew, encouraging fresh ideas and comments that made the fun continue. The countdown was turning into something much larger than either of them initially imagined. As day 5 of the mat countdown approached, the homeowner felt a surge of excitement and creativity. He had thoroughly enjoyed the playful banter so far, but deep down, he also wondered how much longer Karen could tolerate this light-hearted rivalry. Today, he planned to unveil a mat that took things up a notch with a message that read, "Come Back with a Warrant." Setting up his camera, he grinned as he filmed himself dramatically trying to conduct a mock warrant search for any uninvited guests. His playful antics were filled with over-the-top gestures and silly expressions, ensuring that viewers were entertained while keeping the narrative alive. The video was posted, and just like before, it quickly gained traction. Meanwhile, Karen had reached her breaking point. It seemed like every day brought a new mat designed to poke fun at her discomfort. She noticed her neighbors laughing and pointing as they walked by her house, whispering about the latest display of creativity from the homeowner. Frustration bubbled within her as she felt increasingly ridiculed in her own neighborhood while knowing she was at the center of this humorous spectacle. That afternoon, Karen decided she could no longer remain silent. Stepping out of her front door with brows furrowed, she marched across to the homeowner's porch. As she stood there with her hands on her hips, ready to confront him about his antics, the homeowner opened his door and greeted her with a wide smile. "You've seen the new mat," he exclaimed, clearly reveling in the playful tension. But instead of engaging in a friendly banter, Karen's frustration erupted like a shaken soda can. "This has gone too far," she shouted, expressing her feelings about being the butt of jokes in front of their neighbors. The homeowner listened but couldn't help but laugh. It was hard not to find humor in such a dramatic moment. While their exchange was heated, it added fuel to the mat war saga that continued capturing the attention of viewers online. As day 9 arrived, the homeowner felt a mix of anticipation and creativity bubbling within him. After nearly 10 days of playful exchanges, he knew this final mat reveal needed to be special. He decided to unveil the ultimate message, "You've been warned," adorned with bold lettering and a humorous graphic of a cartoon dog wearing sunglasses, exuding a cool demeanor. Excitedly, he set up his camera for one last dramatic unveiling. As he recorded, he built suspense, recounting how this whole mat saga had turned into an unexpected but unforgettable neighborhood event. "This is not just a welcome mat, it's a statement," he declared with laughter before pulling back the cover. Once posted on TikTok, the video became an instant hit, garnering thousands of views in just hours. The comments section exploded with enthusiasm from his followers who had become invested in the ongoing mat war between him and Karen. Suggestions for future mats poured in, but this would be the grand finale. "What a perfect send-off," wrote one fan. Meanwhile, Karen was already outside watching, still getting accustomed to the daily surprises from her neighbor. This time, however, she couldn't help but crack a faint smile at the creativity behind the last mat. Despite her previous frustrations, there was something undeniably clever about the whole series. As she watched other neighbors gather around to read the mat and chuckle at its boldness, she felt a wave of mixed emotions, humor mingled with annoyance, but most importantly, she felt part of something larger than herself. It was hard not to appreciate how her neighborhood had become buzzing with laughter and community spirit. Little did they know that Karen's silent acceptance would lead to discussions about how they could all contribute to this playful interaction moving forward. With day 9 wrapping up and so much excitement surrounding it, could there be new beginnings disguised as welcome mats lying ahead? The countdown might be ending, but their light-hearted rivalry had left an indelible mark on their community. As day 9 came to a close, Karen sat on her porch, reflecting on the whirlwind of emotions she had experienced throughout the mat countdown. While at first she felt justified in her annoyance over her neighbor's playful jabs, it had now transformed into something different. She realized that the ongoing mat war had not only entertained the neighborhood but also fostered a sense of connection among everyone involved. Despite her initial frustrations, there was a warmth she couldn't ignore when she saw her neighbors laughing together, sharing stories of their own humorous mat encounters. As she watched people gather to admire the final mat, "You've been warned," she found herself reluctantly smiling at its cleverness. In that moment, something shifted within her. Determined to take a different approach, Karen made a choice. Rather than confront the homeowner again or try to stifle his playful spirit, she decided it was time to let it go. Wrapping herself in newfound insight, she would no longer be the disgruntled neighbor overshadowed by humor. She could choose to embrace this light-hearted rivalry instead. The next day, she took a deep breath and walked over to the homeowner's porch just as he was filming another TikTok video. "Hey," she called out with an unexpected smile. The homeowner paused mid-sentence, surprised by her approach. "I've had enough of being the punchline," she began, "but I think I can appreciate the creativity now. Maybe I'll join in on the fun." The homeowner raised an eyebrow, intrigued as Karen challenged him to come up with a welcoming mat that celebrated dogs without being intimidating. And just like that, their playful rivalry began to transform into a partnership, a new kind of harmony blossoming between them that suggested brighter days ahead for their community. As the dust settled on the playful mat saga, both the homeowner and Karen reflected on how their light-hearted rivalry had transformed not just their relationship but also their entire neighborhood. What began as a small dispute over a welcome mat blossomed into a creative explosion that connected everyone in unexpected ways. The daily reveals, with their clever messages and humorous presentations, turned into joyful events for neighbors who would gather to watch the latest video or discuss the creativity behind each new mat. The homeowner felt proud of how he had used humor to address a concern while also engaging his community. He didn't merely respond to Karen's complaint, he turned it into a source of entertainment that everyone enjoyed. The viral TikTok video served as a reminder that playful creativity could foster connections and bring people together, even when starting from a place of tension. On the other hand, Karen found herself looking at things through a new lens. With her initial frustration subsiding, she learned to appreciate the humor in her neighbor's antics and realized she could be part of it too. By embracing the fun rather than resisting it, she uncovered a sense of belonging among those who shared laughter and camaraderie. The discussions among neighbors gradually shifted from gossip about mats to how they could all contribute to this community spirit moving forward. When Karen suggested they work together on welcoming mats that celebrated their love for dogs without being intimidating, everyone felt excited about the possibilities. In the end, they discovered that this whimsical battle led to collaboration rather than conflict, creating bonds that deepened within their community. As the homeowner and Karen stood side by side, planning their next creative project, they realized that sometimes, confusing beginnings can lead to delightful endings, making room for fun and friendships where one least expects it.